Hey everyone, it's Tim Fox again, and I'm here to talk to you about getting started with machine learning in Python, continuing in our series. And what we're going to be talking about now in video 5 is installing packages. So a little bit about me again. I am Tim Fox. My email address is there. I work with scalable machine learning and data science, big data, deep learning, open source contributor to a deep learning framework called BigDL, and I do training in data science, machine learning, deep learning, and big data. Okay, so we're talking about installing packages. So why should you install packages? Well, frankly, all the cool stuff is in Python packages. I mean, Python's a great language and all. There's lots of other great languages, but really it's the packages that really make Python exciting. So some of the packages we're going to be using in our videos here are things like NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Keras, NLTK, Gensim, TextBlob. And so Python really has the most extensive package ecosystem of any general purpose language. So there's several different ways to install packages, and there's two different package management repositories. First is PyPy. That's the Python package index, and that is a package repository that works on any version of Python. It's not specific to anything like Anaconda is. Now, one advantage of Anaconda is it has its own package repository with specific builds for different platforms. It's especially good, as we said, for Windows. Its package management system is called Conda, and it only works on the Anaconda distribution. So the two package management tools we have, there is pip, that installs packages from PyPy and will work on any version of Python, including Anaconda, and the command line tool called Conda, which will install packages specifically for Anaconda. Obviously doesn't exist for other versions of Python. So how do we do the packages? We normally do this from the command line. So for pip, we're going to type in from a command line pip install and then the name of the package you want to install. Now for Windows users, you're going to do that from the Anaconda command prompt, which you can find that in the start menu. For Anaconda, we're going to do that from the command line conda install and then the name of the package. And I recommend saying -c conda forge. And that's because there's a lot of packages, a lot more, that are available on Conda Forge than are available in just the default repository. So better to just do that from Conda Forge when you're there. Now, some packages are just not there in Conda Forge or Conda. So we'll have to go ahead and install those on pip anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will go to Anaconda Navigator, open that up. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on environments here. Okay, so we see the environments. Now, one thing we can do is we can see if we have certain packages already installed. So, for example, I can go in and I can see if I have a package like, say, Keras. Nope, Keras doesn't seem to be installed. Let's go ahead and see if we have another package like NumPy, say. Oh, NumPy is installed. As a matter of fact, it's not only installed, but it's installed as part of Anaconda. That's what the little circle there is, part of the Anaconda. Now, some packages, for example, might be in PyPy packages. We see here that this one called stop words, this is a PyPy package. And you can see there that it has the little Python symbol rather than an Anaconda symbol. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to try to install a few packages here. So what we're going to do is we actually need to install that from the command line. Now, Anaconda has different environments. Namely, actually, there's a default one called Anaconda. We have other ones that I have here that are available. We're going to go over creating and doing new environments later. Right now, we're just going to install things in our default environment. So I'm going to click on the arrow here. I'm going to click on and say Open Terminal. This should work on Windows, Mac, or Linux, and it's going to open up a terminal that's going to be associated with this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to install a package. So what I'm going to do here is there's a package here called NLTK that we're going to be using. So I'm going to type in conda install -c conda-forge NLTK. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to try to solve my environment. And if I don't already have NLTK installed, then it's going to go ahead and try to install it for me. I'm going to go ahead and try to run that, and then it will download and install NLTK for me. And actually what it's going to do, it's going to ask me if I really want to install that. And I'll go ahead and say yes, and then it'll install that for me. Okay, so now we've gone over how to do this from the command line. Did you know, though, we can also do this from within Jupyter? So let's go ahead and we will go back here to Anaconda Navigator, and we will click on Open Launch Jupyter Notebook if we haven't done so already. And in fact, we're going to go here and we're going to navigate to our Getting Started Python ML, go to 01 install, and we're going to click on this other notebook here called Installing Packages. Now, as we said before here, we can install with either pip or conda, and we're going to do both here from within the Jupyter Notebook. Now, this goes over here how we do this from the command line. We saw this here with Anaconda. We can also do this with by installing this here. So you can go ahead and cut and paste this line here to within your terminal in order to run that. Now, I can also do this with Jupyter Notebook. So we're going to install these 4 packages: NLTK, TextBlob, GenSim, and Scikit Surprise. So I'm going to run this. I'm going to say import sys, and I'm going to run this command here. And I'm also going to do this with Scikit Surprise as well. Okay, so you can see here it does the solving environment thing. And then it's going to go ahead and try to download and run all of those packages. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. It's going to take a little bit of time to run this. Okay, so I have unpaused, and I'm back here to show what we have for now. So we're going to go in and see what we have here. So you see here that we went ahead and we installed our new packages here: GenSim, NLTK, Scikit Surprise, and TextBlob. Now, there's actually one package I want you to install that we don't actually have in Anaconda at all. So we have to go back to the old school pip. So we're going to go ahead and run that here in Jupyter using this invocation that is going to call pip install stop_words. Okay, so you see how it says successfully installed stop words. Now, if I'm going to use a package, I can do that. I can type in import, the name of the package, just installed NLTK. So there it is. We're going to go ahead and import NLTK. And I'm also going to say, I'm going to import objects from a package. Here I'm going to say from nltk.book import star. And you can see here it's loading in some books here. Notice that appropriate to Python we actually have Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Isn't that great? So text 1 here should be Moby Dick, and it is. Last thing we're going to do, and this is going to take some time, is we're going to download all of NLTK's data. And I encourage you to do this because we'll need this for future exercises. So I'm going to go ahead and run that, and then I will say goodbye and leave you to the next video. Okay? Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.